4 out of 10 coconut farm households are poor, or 240,000 households earn below 16,842 pesos a year. A coconut farmer household that relies only on copra earns 10,400 pesos a year. But our coconut production makes up 23% of the world's production and brings in earnings from exports. We produce 59% of the world's exports of coconuts. The industry earns, but not the coconut farmer, who sells the nut at 3 pesos, the prevailing price of copra. The broker sells the nut at 5 pesos to the trader for 7 pesos to the plant at 15 pesos to the supermarket that sells coconut water in a bottle for 80 pesos a liter, or approximately 27 pesos per nut. The example shows that even high-value products such as coconut water exclude the copra farmer from even making a decent living out of a profitable industry. We need to develop a value chain where coconut farmers immediately get an increase of their income. To achieve this, value addition must happen at the barangay level. We have to transform barangays into medium-scale production units or nucleus estates to achieve scale in production, thus allowing an aggregation of poor coconut farmers to benefit from the value chain. These nucleus estates will engage in agro-enterprise businesses in processing, assembling, transporting, or retailing of high-value products such as cocoa sugar, cocoa milk, cocoa water, or oleochemicals. A medium-scale fresh coconut integrated processing plant that can produce skimmed milk, virgin coconut oil, or cocoa vinegar can process 2,000 husk nuts in a day that can employ 300 farmers. Cocoa sugar production, a small-scale enterprise, can employ 100 farmers. Intercropping will also be encouraged. Choices of crops such as coffee, cacao, corn, cassava, kamote, pineapple, or banana will depend on type of land, geographical location, climate conditions, market demand, and capability of the nucleus estates. Support will be extended. Farm-to-market roads, 3-phase electrification or industrial-grade energy, financing through joint ventures, loan guarantees, and technological innovations such as the ultra-heating technology or UHT to produce cocoa water. Of course, for sustainability, a policy advisory body, the Local Coconut Industry Development Council or LCIDC, will be set up at the local levels. Its members are the industry stakeholders, the private sector coconut processors, traders, small cocoa farmers and their organizations, and the LGU. The LCIDC will provide a venue for coconut farmers' organizations to participate in crafting, implementing, and monitoring of the local agro-industry in its municipality or province. Coconut farmers will no longer be dependent on copra alone and will gain from the value chain. The first 12 pilot provinces of the roadmap are Camarines Sur, Masbate, Northern Samar, Eastern Samar, Zamboanga del Norte, Davao Oriental, North Cotabato, Agusan del Sur, Sarangani, Surigao del Norte, and Surigao del Sur. These are provinces with high incidence of poverty and where a wide gap between the rich and the poor also exists. Using the Registry for Basic Sectors in Agriculture or RSBSA, we know the number of farmers in the 12 pilot areas who do not have secured tenurial status and do not have access to national highways, the number of farmers who do not own farms but have access to national highways, the number of farmers who have secured tenurial status but do not have access to national roads, and the number of farmers who farm their own land and have access to national roads. As you can see, the roadmap is not a one-size-fits-all strategy. Let us take the case of Davao Oriental. Its Gross Regional Development Product or GRDP was 408 billion pesos in 2011, 100.9 billion pesos from agriculture and forestry. It produced an estimated 1.1 million metric tons of coconut annually, the second largest coconut producing province in the country before Typhoon Pablo hit Mindanao. The cities of Mati, Governor Generoso, and Lupon are secondary growth hubs, and the province has one oil mill in Matiao, Mati City that can be rehabilitated to produce an annual capacity of 142,500 metric tons. The province is also a priority area for tourism. From the RSBSA, we know that the province has 19,284 coconut farmers who have secured tenurial status for farmland of 1.5 hectares or less. For farmers with secured tenurial status and have access to national highways, agro-enterprise development can be immediately pursued. For farmers who have no assets but have access to national highways, distribution of farmland will first be a priority before agro-enterprise development can be launched. Davao Oriental has 4,475 agrarian reform beneficiaries. Public investments towards market connectivity will be accelerated in areas where farmers have no access to national highways. We know the beneficiaries for the Cash for Work program, for educational assistance, for membership to PhilHealth, and the number of farmers who can avail of the SEA-K for intercropping and the SEA-K for poultry and livestock. The success of the roadmap will of course rely on the convergence of the programs and services of government agencies that are already in place in the areas. And the roadmap success will increase the income of coconut farmers from the current low price of 3 pesos per nut to around 5 pesos per nut. This increase in income will lift 7 to 8% of coconut farmers out of poverty, or around 43,000 to 44,000 poor coconut farm households. In addition to localized strategies, one institutional reform that can be easily implemented, this time at the national level, is to increase the demand for a 5% blend of biodiesel from the current 2% blend. A government-induced increase of the demand for biodiesel will also increase the demand for copra. A 5% blend will increase the farm gate price of copra to 24 or 25 pesos a kilo. That is a direct increase to the income of farmers by 10 to 12 pesos a kilo from the current copra price of 13 to 14 pesos a kilo. Implementing these strategies at the local and national levels and multi-agency coordination of the integrated coconut industry and poverty reduction roadmap assure us that we may well get our coconut farmers out of the poverty trap.